We're going to 1957. This was originally done as a pilot that Ed Wood had imagined as the first episode of a series. The name of the series in his mind was Portraits in Terror, and you're going to see that there. And the name of the episode we're seeing tonight is called Final Curtain, which was the pilot. So Ed gives himself a credit for the series and for the pilot. He gives himself credit for both of those. And this show, what is also interesting is he came up with this 2 years before the Twilight Zone actually appeared on CBS. So the idea of a black and white spooky show was something Ed thought of before.
Well, my uncle, great uncle, was Paul Marco, who played Kelton the Cop in Plan 9, Night of the Ghouls, Bride of the Monster. And he was a lifelong, friend of Ed Wood throughout his life until Ed Wood passed away in 1978, I believe. And my uncle would tell me about this lost pilot, Final Curtain, and he would tell me about how it was a great undiscovered piece of Ed Wood work, and that it needed to be shown, and he would tell me about it. And it became really an emotional thing with me because my uncle died in 2006, and when he died, in his nightstand I found a letter from Ed Wood about this film, and so it really inspired me to search out and to find it. So after a couple of years of looking around, asking questions, going to plenty of B monster memorabilia shows, and meeting with a couple people who potentially I heard might have a copy of it. Those all proved to be dead ends. And then I finally got hooked up with someone who was a collector of old film cans, and he had come into possession of it, and when I found the cans at his place, they were in really bad condition. I purchased these cans from this gentleman, and as soon as I got them, I said, Jonathan, we got to meet. So we met at this bar, and in Eagle Rock, I brought in one of the cans. I said, I think we got it. And from there, Jonathan has worked tirelessly to bring this print to us.
When Jason got the film, he showed it to me. I think at first it was just to see what it was. I think that previous people just thought that it was random pieces of some movie by Ed Wood, maybe called Final Curtain. They didn't know what it was. And so that was sort of a big discovery. I did not edit any of the scenes in any way. The pacing is 100% intact as it was.
That Bela Lugosi was originally slated to star in this pick. And he loved the script, and according to Ed Wood, he was reading the script when he died. And that's what's one of the few things that are known about this film is
so
that.
I think that this film, at least to me, speaks about not letting technical obstacles stand in your way of realizing your vision and your dream. And I think that's why it sort of fits in well with what Slamdance is all about. This movie looks like this, and so none of the scenes have been corrected in any way. There is a wide range of exposures. Sometimes Duke is standing near the light and he's bright, and sometimes he's not near the light and he's dark. And there's some B-roll that's well lit because it's near the light, and then there's some B-roll that's not near the light, so it's dark. So that is the way that Ed Wood filmed it, and so we really maintained the integrity of that as much as possible. He didn't let those sort of technical or financial obstacles stand in his way from doing it. And he was able to get people motivated and excited and to show up, and he got this location, and he said, we're going to make a pilot today, and they made a TV.
Well, this is the very first time it's ever been exhibited to the public, so we were very excited about this and to see your reaction and passion for this. Again, we really appreciate all this. And my persistence in finding this film, because I knew it existed. So, some people would say, oh, it wasn't finished, it was never made, it was another Ed Wood pipe dream, that was just a couple scenes that he shot and never did anything with. But this letter that I found in my uncle's nightstand detailed his plans for this film, including meetings with networks, theaters that were going to distribute it as a short. So he had a very ambitious and definitive plan, and it's really become a journey for me to bring this to light, because it meant a lot to my uncle, and I feel like it's kind of brought some closure in my relationship with him now that we're able to bring this film and exhibit it here.